important also for the work that today I can do, because I learned the way to to have a relation, to discover new process, and all the time to discuss about my idea. I don't want to be a person that arrives in the front of a client and say, no, I want this like that. I'm sure that work, and maybe it's not true. So I really want to be sure. And for this, you need to have a really good experience. And this is when I really like to try and test my prototype. Because, for example, in the case of the table, that is a table that I designed probably 5 years ago for Moroso. The company was not really sure that table works because it's a piece of glass with 3 millimeters of laminated porcelain, and it was quite nice because I take this picture up to the table and I send to Dan and say, "That the table work." And other also was a seat also for Moroso, and I'm together with Italo Bosa, the owner of Bosa Ceramiche, and was a really experimental pieces because for him, especially for Italo, was really complicated to understand in which way he can put this big piece of ceramic inside the oven. And together we found a system that I don't want to explain to you now, but was really complicated. And this is my team. We are in 4, plus normally 2 intern, and so we are a small studio, especially if you consider that we have 2 studios. So we are not a big team, but for now work quite well. And this is the 2 cities where I divide my life. One is Venice, and the other one is Stockholm. A lot of people here probably want to know why Stockholm. And the reason is because my girlfriend is from Stockholm, so, and I used to be there. And this is this title from a short film to a balloon is the first idea, the first concept to build the Das Haus. And I was 1 week before that imm Cologne contacted me asked me if I was able to do this project. I saw this short movie of Charles and Ray Eames. The name is Power of 10. It was made in '77, exactly 1 year after when I born. So more or less we have the same age. And I was really impressed about this short movie because it's a sort of Google Earth before that Google made this. And the first frame of the movie is the hand of a person that you can see in your right part. And after, the camera goes 10 meters up, and you can discover that this hand is, of course, a piece of a person. And after you discover that these 2 persons stay in a park, and the park is inside a city, and so on. So, after this, I realized that in macro scale and in micro scale, there are some points that is really close. The Earth, our planet, have a big land, which is the green land of our planet. It's the Amazon rainforest. But the same things happen in the city. Normally you have a big park in the middle of the city. And the same thing you can transfer also in a small scale. And this is what I try to do with this house. So this is the illustration for help me in the beginning to understand if the green, the plants, could be an important part of my concept. And I try after to see the square shape if this works. And one thing that for me was really important was to create a relation between outside and inside. Because normally, I'm not an architect, so normally I see a lot of architecture that you have a fantastic facade, but the interior is really bad. Or you have fantastic interior, but the facade is so and so. And you don't understand this relation between inside and outside. So what I want to do is to combine this and to create something that you can have a perception of what happened inside. So this is also the explanation about this relation, and the relation between outside and inside I want to do also with plants. And this is two referements for to do this. One was a bookshelf that in one way is a sort of wall, but you can see what happened behind. And the other one is the Venetian that work in the same way. So with these two elements, I start to think in which way I can create a wall around the perimeter of the house to help me to do this. And this is the way that I start to thinking also the part to have the area inside the house. So it's really simple idea. It's two volumes that create the intersection of the two volumes create the green art of the house. The green art for me is the living room, because the living room, my idea is the place where people spend more time, enjoy the good wine or have a nice conversation. In Italy, it's sad, but maybe they spend 8 hours in the Sunday to look only television. And anyway, this for me was the center of the house. And after I take this big cross and I put in another box, and this box is made with this Venetian bookshelf all around. And this situation gives me the opportunity to have 9 different areas in the house. Another important part of the concept is in Italy there are these movements that is now really famous all around the world. The name is slow food. So it's to take care of the thing that you want to eat. That sometimes, if you go in a supermarket, you find tomatoes or vegetables. Also in Italy, you discover that tomato is from Spain. Why from Spain? We have a lot of good tomatoes also in Italy. And also the salad, maybe you discover that close to your city there are a nice farmer where you can find this. So my idea was to do a house where the time when you leave this place is really important, especially now that our life is really all the time in a hurry, the time is really important, we run all the time. And I really want to create a place where you can enjoy the time and to have an opportunity to take care of your environment, your house, your flat. And if you take care of this, of course you can receive a lot, because especially if you have a lot of plants, the plants offer to you a lot of good opportunity, like tomatoes, herbs, good air, clean air. But to receive this, you need to take care of them. And after that, I started thinking which could be the right materials to create this kind of environment, which kind of materials work together with green. And so for me it was really important to find a palette of colors and materials that help me to have this relation between nature and artificial pieces for the house. And this is also the graphic that helped me in the beginning, but to create the situation around the house, which was the priority. First for me is the respect. Respect the house and the house respect you. And everything worked around this. Second was what I explained before, the inside and outside relation. The third was the space and the atmosphere. I want to create a real house. With also, if you can see later maybe, that there are a lot of design pieces and so on. But I want to show that the design is not only a luxury pieces that you can put in a house and the house become a museum, but it's also something that you can enjoy. And the